Hello everyone, welcome back to Ansys-Tutor. Today we are going to talk about something that confuses almost every CFD beginner. That is the reverse flow warning in ANSYS Fluent. You know that this message shows up in the console. Something like reverse flow in certain phases on pressure outlet. Yeah, that one. Now some people panic when they see this. Some people just ignore it and hope it goes away. And honestly, sometimes that is fine, but sometimes it is a sign that something is serious wrong with your setup. So in this video, I am going to walk you through all these possible reasons why this warning appears and exactly what to do about each one. So let's get started. Okay, so the first reason and honestly the most common one is that your pressure outlet boundary condition is not set correctly. Let me explain what is happening here. When you are using a pressure outlet in Fluent, you are basically telling the solver, hey, at this exit phase the pressure is this value. Now if that value is too high or too low compared to what the flow actually wants to do, the solver gets confused, and to balance the pressure it starts pulling flow back inside the flow domain in through the outlet phase. That is your reverse flow right there. Think of it like this. Imagine you are blowing air through a straw, but someone is pushing back from the other end harder than you are. The air cannot exit properly. The same idea is here. So what do? First thing, check your gauge pressure at the outlet. For most internal flow problems like pipe flow, duct flow or HVAC, just set it to 0 Pascal. 0 gauge pressure means you are referencing atmospheric pressure, which is the most physical and realistic setting. Second thing, look at the backflow specification method. Change it to normal to boundary. This just tells the Fluent that if any flow does come back in, it should come in perpendicular to that phase, which is the most stable option. And one more thing, if this warning shows up only in the first 50 or 100 iteration or some initial iterations process, then disappears gradually after some iterations or at the time convergence, it is completely normal. You do not need to worry about it. And this one I see in student projects all the time. The outlet boundary is placed too close to the geometry. Here is a simple way to think about it. Imagine you put a rock in the middle of a river. Just downstream of that rock, the water is still swirling, still shouting, still forming vortices. Now imagine you place the exit of your simulation domain right there in the middle of the swirling water. Fluent tries to apply pressure outlet condition in a zone where flow is literally going in all directions. Some of it will be pointing back upstream, and that's the reverse flow. The fix here is simple. Extend your domain. Move the outlet further downstream. Give the flow enough distance to calm down and become nice and uniform before it exits. As a general rule, your outlet should be at least 8 to 10 times the characteristic size of your geometry downstream. So, if you are simulating a flow over a building that is 10 meters tall, your outlet should be at least 80 to 100 meters behind of it. For simulation in blob bodies, things like cylinders, vehicles or buildings where there is a big wake, I would even push it to 15 or 20 times. It sounds like a lot, but it makes the huge difference. have seen this one fix alone can remove the reverse flow warning completely in so many simulations. So always check your domain length first before you dig into anything else. Okay, the third one is when you are using a turbulence model in Fluent like K epsilon or K omega SST, you do not just set turbulence at this inlet. You also have to tell Fluent that the turbulence should look like if flow comes back in through the outlet. These are called the backflow turbulence setting. Now most people set their inlet boundary carefully, that is 5% to 10%. Then they forget about the outlet. And if the backflow turbulence intensity at the outlet is set to something very high like 50% or 100%, Fluent sees a massive mismatch between the turbulence inside the domain and the value at the boundary. This mismatch creates artificial gradients near the outlet, which can actually cause or sustain reverse flow, even when the actual physics does not need them. So, the fix is simple. Go to your pressure outlet boundary conditions, click on the turbulence tab and set the backflow turbulence intensity to 5%. That is safe realistic value for most engineering flows, and set the hydraulic diameter to something that matches your outlet pipe or duct size. Two small changes, but they can clean up a lot of turbulence related backflow issues. Now the cause number 4, that is poor quality of mesh near the outlet. Now this one has nothing to do with your boundary condition at all. It is all about your mesh. Here is the thing, when Fluent calculates velocity at a cell phase, it is doing math based on the shape and quality of the surrounding cells. If those cells are badly skewed, like squished and distorted, the math goes wrong. And when the math goes wrong near your outlet, Fluent cannot compute a velocity component that looks like it is pointing back into the domain. But it is not the real, it is just a numerical error from the bad cells, and that triggers the reverse flow warning. A very common situation where this happens is you have a really nice fine mesh around your geometry of interest, and then the mesh suddenly gets very coarse as you move towards the outlet. There sudden jumps the cell size causes interpolation errors. How to fix this? Check your mesh quality. In Fluent, go to report mesh quality. Look at the two numbers, that is the skewness and orthogonal quality. You want skewness to be below 0.85 and orthogonal quality to be above 0.1. And make sure your mesh transition gradually near at outlet. No sudden jumps from the finer to coarser mesh. Cause number 5, inlet outlet boundary mismatch. It is about your inlet and outlet not being physically compatible with each other. Imagine filling a water bottle using a very wide funnel. Lots of water going in fast, but the bottle has a very narrow neck. The water cannot get out fast enough, so it backs up. Something similar happens in Fluent when you set an inlet condition that pushing in a lot of flow, but the outlet condition is not set up to handle that amount. For example, say you have a velocity inlet set for a high speed flow, but your outlet gauge pressure is set to a very low value that only makes sense for a very low speed flow. Fluent tries to balance continuity. The same amount of fluid that goes in must come out, and when it cannot do that naturally, it forces some flow to come back through that outlet. That is the reverse flow. The quickest way to check this is you need to go to reports, then flux report in Fluent. look at the net mass flux. Ideally it should be very close to 0. If it is showing a large positive or negative value, your boundary conditions are not balanced and you need to fix them. Also, if you know exactly how much flow is leaving your domain, consider using mass flow outlet boundary condition instead of pressure outlet. It gives the solver a stronger constraint and often eliminates this kind of issue. If you are still stuck after checking all of these, just drop a comment below with your setup details. I read every comment, I will try to help. If this video helped you, a thumb up would mean a lot. It really helps the channel to grow. And if you want to see more CFD tutorial like this, make sure you are subscribed. I will catch you in the next one. Take care guys. Thank you. Keep learning and keep exploring.